Hello there. Welcome to the Drifting Spore. I'm Steve. It is very windy today and also pretty cold. The car was showing about -4 degrees here today in Nova Scotia. That's Celsius. But the wind is making it feel more like -13, -15, which is a huge change from the last couple days where we saw basically +10 degrees Celsius in rain for 2 days straight. And then after that, yesterday, we plunged right back down into cold. So, and with that came this little skiff of snow. But that being said, for all but the most dense parts of the forest, the snow is gone out of the woods. And it is very early for that. I've seen me get really close to May in the past before you could get into the woods without there being much snow. So I am into the thick woods. I've returned to Raven's Call, and just because of the wind, I had planned on going somewhere else today. But I came here when it's windy. I want to be in the thick woods, man, just because it cuts that wind, blocks it quite a bit. The wind is quite high up in the trees, so it's actually not too bad here. You can hear the wind when I don't have the mic plugged in, but I mean, it's all right. It's nice here. So, this is the last weekend that I'm going to be able to have a fire for lunch because our wildfire season starts next Saturday and Saturday, March 15th. And from that point forward until October, I think, or November even, we are not allowed here in Nova Scotia to have an open fire in the woods between the hours of 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. So today's my day. I came to the thick woods. I know there's lots of stuff here to get by hand fire on the go, right? I'm just going to get something going. I brought something for lunch, and I'm really going to enjoy this, man. This lunch is going to carry me through till October. I'll still be able to come out for supper in the woods, probably, and have an open fire. But as the woods get drier, it's really not responsible to be having open fires in the woods. So, anyway, we'll see how that all plays out. And I'm going to get set up. I brought my survival blanket to rig up as a tarp, but I don't really think, or as a wind block, but I don't think I need it. The wind isn't too bad down here. So, anyway, I'm going to start getting ready. Start my last fire I had was right here. I was surprised that I walked right into this spot. This was just a random spot I found last time I was here, and I was able to bring myself right back to it. So that's pretty cool, man. Anyway, I'm gonna get set up, gather up some materials, get a base made for my fire, and then we're gonna get a fire going and get cooking, man. Have a nice cup of tea and relax here for a little bit in the woods. So, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoy. Well, look at this, would you? I believe this to be a living birch. I'm just going around gathering up some birch bark, and look at what we have here. This whole mass here is chaga, Innonotus obliquus. Very powerful friend and ally. It would be a good day to harvest chaga, although it's been pretty wet. They say it's best to harvest chaga in the coldest time of year, and there's all kinds of anecdotal stuff. What I found is when you harvest chaga when it's a little bit warm out, and like I said, we just had 3 days of rain and warm temperatures, that chaga soaks up a lot of moisture, man. So for me, harvesting in the winter makes sense because it makes it that much easier to dehydrate and get dried out so that it stays stable. But beautiful chunk, man. One that I can find again should I need to. And they say, I've read that chaga will only occur on 1 out of every 1,000 birch trees. But I mean, I find it every time I'm out, basically. And it's pretty cool. I just put down a tincture, but I don't need chaga, so I'm leaving this today. There are a couple mushrooms on my list that I could harvest, but I didn't bring a bag or anything to put them in if I were to find them. So anyway, I think I've got pretty well enough birch bark. Let's get back to the site, back to Raven's Call, and see what we can get going on. I just wanted to show you that. Chaga's very burnt looking. Like on the outside, it's going to look burnt, and on the inside, it's going to look orange. Right? You can kind of see inside of it there. Very cool, though. Innonotus obliquus. It often grows in like this horn shape. That's how I see it a lot. Very nice to see you today, Innonotus obliquus. Now I've got everything I need, I think, to get this fire started. I've gone with like I don't know what it's really called, kind of a log cabin build. This is kind of how I do my fires at the beach in the fire pit, but I was able to push down a dead tree right here where it's so windy I didn't really like it, you know, being right beside me. So I pushed it down. It was easy enough to do. And I used some of the top parts. It's quite punky, so I'm going to use that as the base for my fire. And I'm just going to reserve these two in case I need them for cooking purposes to set my grill on. I've cut off a bunch of these little ends of a spruce tree. It might be spruce. I'm not 100% sure what tree this is, but I know they burn really nice. And I'm going to stack some sticks on here too. Make sure I've got a hole to get my cotton in that I can throw a spark into that birch bark. I didn't go nuts gathering up too much wood because right here, like last time I was here, it was amazing how much wood is right within 20 paces of my fire. So I don't need to go crazy. I'll just kind of break off what I need when I need it. Now, okay, let's get ready and give that a light. I'll bring you guys in close. We'll see if we can get this fire lit. Some of that birch bark up here. All right, let's bring us in. That's from my last fire in this spot. I'll bring us in close and let's get this fire going. All right. I got my little fire kit here, fire lighting kit. Oh, lose my wax paper. Got a multiple ways to light fire in my fire lighting kit. This one is my most preferred. However, should it fail, I have many other ways to try to get a fire going. Just take that little bit. This is just cotton and Vaseline. See how much I need there? Just very little. That tin full of cotton and Vaseline will last me a long time. Last time I filled it was about a year ago. I just recently refilled it. So, and look, like, that's pretty tiny to carry. Fits in my little glasses case full of stuff to light fire, right? Very good. So let's take this, fluff it up real nice by pinching and pulling it. Get that cotton fibers as thin as possible. I'm going to put it right there. Hopefully you guys can see that. And then once I get it on fire, hopefully this birch bark will catch fire. So I've got my ferro rod. Should we use the QSP Bison this time? I've got my QSP Bison D2. Almost. Oh, there we go. I'm just going to poke that down in here. Oh, there we go. We're underway. The way that fire is laid there is kind of helping with the wind too. It's kind of blocking the wind. It's allowing wind air to get in, but it's kind of blocking the wind, that log cabin style fire lay. Like I say, my favorite fire lay at the beach because you can stack that up and just kind of walk away from it for a while. All right, let's get that going. Once it burns down a bit, I will be able to get my kettle on. Very nice. Okay, my fire looks to be doing really great. It's well underway. So I'm going to chuck my grill on. Oh, it's got a branch there, but that's okay. And I'm going to get my water on right away, man, for my nice cup of tea. Speaking of tea, where is my tea? So, Twinings Earl Grey. It's a classic, all right. It's my favorite type of tea, that's for sure. And I've been drinking Twinings Earl Grey for as long as I discovered it. I really like it. I like normal tea too, but Twinnings is my favorite. Ooh, these fires I've been having lately keep trying to light me on fire, man. Okay, that is my kettle on. And my fire is going strong. Let's let that boil, and then we'll get into cooking, man. I brought something pretty special for my last fire of the season. My last lunch fire, anyway. Right on. Very nice. Ooh, my tea is on the boil. I don't want it to boil right out the spout there, which is what it's about to do. There we go. Right on. Now, let's have a look. Oh, yeah, it's looking good. Nice and strong. Okay, let me get my cup. Stuff it in for a sec. Again, cedar shingle. Makes a great little table while you're in the woods, man. The ever coveted flat surface while in the woods. Alright, here we go. Gotta be very careful with my handle on my teapot. Ooh, that looks nice. Oh, that's perfect. Right on. Tea is accomplished. Let's put that there for now. Somewhere. Alright, I'm gonna get the cover on my tea so that it'll stay nice and hot until I'm ready to drink it. And put this over here. Should I? Yeah. Maybe I should put my table back over here too. There. I just set my tea on that. Now, let's assess what we got going on here for our fire. It's looking good. I got a really nice... Holy, that's hot. I've never had anything burn through these gloves, man, but that just did. Wow. My gloves just about became fingerless there. Holy. That's amazing. These are thick gloves. Like you might have noticed, I always bring 2 pair of gloves when I'm out. 1 pair are just my dry walking pair. Right? They're a pair of Carhartt gloves. And they are great. Holy. This log cabin fire is really giving her, man. Okay, let me see if I can get this boosted back up onto here. Whew. That punkwood's burning a lot better than I expected it to. I thought it was fairly rotten, but it's giving her. Got a really hot fire on the go. Wow, awesome. Okay. I don't know if I should start cooking on that just yet. I might give it a minute, man. It's going pretty strong. Actually, I might be able to put one of those split punk pieces right on top, and that should slow it down some, I think. Let's try that. And then I'd still be able to get my grill on. If I put this piece, like, right here, it's not going to make it horribly off level. Not too bad. I mean, it's not perfect by any means. Wonder if I flip it like that. Ow, jeez, I've never had that happen before. Oh, there we go. That's looking pretty good there. As long as my fire keeps going underneath, that should be all right for cooking on, man. Right on. I'm going to have to be very attentive to what I'm cooking anyway, so. Holy, that's hot. I've never imagined that would happen to these thick work gloves, man. See that line? I almost burned the fingers right off them. It got hot. Okay, I'll reposition you guys, and I think we should get ready to start cooking. The wind keeps swirling around, so it's tough to find a spot where you can just be. But I think that's slowed down enough. I think I got this. I can always pull my stuff off to the corner. Okay, I'm gonna reposition you guys, and we're gonna get cooking, man. It's lunchtime. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. I'm gonna bring all this over here. Kind of put it here. And I got my food in this handkerchief, or whatever you want to call it. So again, I've got my Bear Complex container. It was a gift from one of my family, actually. And what a great gift it was. I use it all the time. Same person also gifted me my toque, my Stanfield's toque. Man, this toque is warm. I have a Carhartt toque. Doesn't even come close. I don't even wear it because this toque is the one. It is nice and hot. Okay, keeps me very warm all winter long. Now, this can go over here for a minute. What do I need? I got my food, I got my oil, I got my pan. Let's get my kneeling pad here. Let's make sure my gloves are here and available. So, drag this stuff closer to me. My poor old pan is getting to be in rough shape, man. The handles are literally getting baked right off it. I wonder if I can make that a little bit more stable somehow. It's wanting to roll on me, but that's alright. Let's try it. A little bit more level would be great. So, does stick do anything? Put it in there. Ouch. There we go. There we go. We're onto something there. It's wobbly, but it's somewhat level. I'll take it right there. Now let's get our oil in our pan. Olive oil again. Just a little bit of fire debris is getting in my pan, but I'm okay with that. I'm going to put a lot of oil because what I'm cooking today, it's likely going to need it. I wonder if I put this like here somewhere. There. Gotta be quick. Cooking with fire, you gotta be quick. That wind seems to be getting stronger, man. Okay. Wash my oil all over the bottom of the pan. I'm pretty happy with that spot there. Now, what we're cooking. This is something I never tried. I'm sure I never tried it until I met my wife, Rena, and she introduced me to this. And this is my bushcraft version of it, of course. I'm just going to put my pan down here because that oil looks hot. So what I've got today is a bushcraft version of corned beef hash. And I should be making a pretty mighty pan full. So what I've got, corned beef hash usually consists of potatoes, corned beef. I'm using Hereford corned beef from Brazil, and corn. For mine, I like what I've got, my substitute. A lot of people use like mashed potatoes or whatever. I'm using tater tots, which I've thawed out, so they should break down, and chunks of the Hereford corned beef, corn, and onion is what's in mine. I'm scared that oil's gonna, not scared, but I don't want things to explode. And I put it in here in like layers. So I put my corn and onion first in my Bear Complex container, and then I put my corned beef, and then I put my tater tots, so that it would go into the pan. Tater tots down was my goal. Oh my goodness, this is a huge pan of food, man. Oh my, what have I done? Okay. Whew. Smoke in my face. Perfect. Oh, that's already starting to sizzle. Right on. I'm going to put the cover on it if I can. My pan might be a little crowded. Get my cover on there and get things happening. I have to keep a close eye on that, I'd say. Oh, yeah. Lunch is cooking. I'll keep my little handkerchief there so to put my utensils on. Right on. Oh boy, my flames are getting a little bit intense again. See how things are looking. Ooh, things are still looking pretty good, man. My corned beef is starting to break down. My tater tots are starting to break up. I'm just going to go ahead and break them up. Oh, oh my. Holy, I don't know, man. When you're frying onions in the woods, it just smells so awesome. A corned beef hash is something I like, you know, overdone. So, feeling like we might be able to accomplish that here. My fire's getting really hot again. As long as I keep moving it around and turning it, and don't forget about it, I should be okay here. And, well, you guys might have figured out by now, I'm not picky. I'll eat almost anything. I always say if you put it in front of me, I'm likely going to eat it. There we go. Okay. I'm going to put the cover back on and let that do its thing. Man, that fire's hot. All right. Gonna have to check and stir it every few minutes. A bunch of ash going on top of my pan there. That's all right. Okay. Oh boy, that should be done in no time. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Oh, I can't see it now. My glasses just steamed up. Oh, they got a face full of smoke. Oh, look at that. Oh my. Those brown crunchy bits, man. Those are what you're after. I'm still gonna let that go a couple more minutes, but not much longer. Holy, that looks good. Hopefully I can eat it all, man. Chop it down. Oh yeah, yeah. A few more minutes. Corned beef hash is like that. I always think of it like you gotta sweat it down, man, to get it just right. Not long now. Let's see what we got going. Oh baby, holy! Oh, it burnt. Oh, it's starting to burn anyway. Don't think it's. No, it's fine. There's a couple little slightly blackened pieces in there, but that's fine. That's not going to bother me at all. Oh, ho, ho. There's some parts that are just perfectly golden brown. All right. That is cooked, man. That is cooked. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to put my lid back on it for a second. I'm just going to put it over here just for a minute. Now I got to get this grill off of here. I'm burning myself. I'm pretty amazed with how hot that grill got, man. All right. Now, let's put the rest of this wood on my fire. That somewhat punky dead wood, man. The bigger stuff from the tree I pushed over, that burned just nice. Okay, hammock chair ready. Gloves ready for my knees. Got my fork ready. Okay, let's get ready for a taste test. Hopefully my fire will take off there. It'd be nice while I'm eating to have this campfire going. Okay, now Let's get this set up and give it a try, man. Okay, it's the moment of truth, man. My handles are cooled off nice. Better open up my tea. It's going to be far too hot to drink. Oh man, that looks pretty good. Like I say, I charred it slightly. Give you a look at that. Corned beef hash. Bushcraft corned beef hash. Ah, definitely one of my favorite meals, man. Let's give it a try. Mmm. Wow. So, oh man, slightly charred bits. Those are delicious. Mmm. Wow. And normally, like when we're at home and we make corned beef hash, I will usually just use a bag of hash browns, right? This is the first time I've ever tried using tater tots. They're good, man. Oh, it's hot. Mmm. The corn kernels are just nice. They're hot and popping. The onion is right. Wow. Holy, that's good, man. Couldn't be better. I was racking my brain trying to think of what am I going to have? Last lunch in the woods, right? Over an open fire, that is. Right? Once. Wow, that's good. Once the burn ban's in effect, I'm still going to be out. I'll just switch to alcohol stoves or canister stoves. I do a lot of DIY alcohol stoves and stuff. And I do have a Trangia clone that I really enjoyed using last season. So I'll get those back out. Actually, my alcohol stove is attached to the side of my pack. I bring it every time just in case for some crazy reason I can't get a fire going or whatever. And yeah, I bring it with me every time anyway. But after next weekend, I'll have to start using it again. Holy, that's good. I was thinking it was too much, but hmm. Oh, the crunchy bits are just divine, man. That wind is strong. It's really moving the trees around up top. Down on the ground, you can tell from my fire and my straps, it's moving, but it's not nearly so strong. The wind is high. Okay. Wow. My first time having corned beef in the woods, too, in any way, shape, or form. So I've done spam before. Corned beef is awesome, man. This is breakfast, lunch, and supper once again for me. I won't need another meal today. Okay. I'm going to shut the camera off because you're probably sick of hearing me just make noises about my food. Mmm. I'm just going to eat this and look around while I do, man. Right on. Enjoy my nice little fire, the last one. Last fire between 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. for the next number of months. So glad I started putting my fires right on the ground. So much easier, man. All right, I'm going to eat this. Oh, I didn't try my tea yet. So I haven't tried my Earl Grey tea. I take it black. Hot and strong, just the way I like it. Mmm, that's lovely. All right, I'm going to shut the camera off and eat. I'll bring this back when I'm done. The wind, but the sun. Look at the sun coming out, man. Right on. Nice. Too good. Wow. Just wow. That was amazing. I say it all the time. Every almost every weekend, man. But that just might have been the best thing I've ever eaten in the woods, man. The parts that got they didn't burn, they got almost burnt. The tater tots that got almost burnt and the onion that got almost burnt. Holy, they were crispy and delicious, man. Mmm, wonderful. Oh, my tea is just right now. So the pretty happy with all this. Pretty happy with how this is going. Hmm. I don't do this stuff with expectations as to the outcome. I just try. Don't let the start stop me. Get out and give it a try. See what happens, man. Succeed or fail, it's all experience, right? And boy, this whole winter, I have had remarkable luck with my cooking, with my fires, with finding the mushrooms, with finding places to hang my hammock chair. Like, just awesome, man. So tonight is spring forward actually. So it's March 8th, and I think 2 in the morning or something tonight. We have to spring forward. So that means our clocks are going to go ahead. That means it's going to be dark in the morning again till about 7:30, and here in Nova Scotia anyway, and about dark at night around 7:30. So 4 to 8 in that zone. So that means that spring's coming, baby. Spring is coming, and mushrooms are coming, and I'm hoping for a really nice spring. Not too dry would be great. I'm concerned about that a little bit because the snow load in the woods wasn't thick this year. So usually when that happens, we have pretty dry woods early in the spring season, but we'll see how it plays out. Ah, springing forward, falling back, time in general. I often say that I don't exist. I choose not to exist in linear time, right? So for me, time isn't there's nothing to prove linear time exists, right? Like there really isn't. It's obviously a human construct. And when you start looking into quantum physics and stuff like that, there's a lot of evidence to suggest that everything is happening all at once, past, present, future. It's all just now, right? And the difference is which aspect you're focusing on at the time. So I say I exist outside of linear time. What that means to me is, for example, like this video you're watching. You could watch this video 5 years from now, right? I'm still gonna be me. I'm still gonna be sitting here in front of this fire enjoying my cup of tea, and that is gonna pull me out of linear time because you're gonna experience me in this moment, just like I'm experiencing this moment. And another aspect of not existing in linear time or choosing not to exist in linear time is just don't pay attention to the clock, man. Right? I have to set an alarm to get up in the morning to go to work and all that, but once your alarm's off, just go through your motion, go through your rituals of getting up and getting ready. And if you have something going on, like we have the technology with our cell phones and everything to set reminders and stuff like that, set it and forget it, I say. A lot of people, if you have an appointment at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you're going to be watching the clock all day. 2 o'clock, got to go to my appointment. Can't forget 2 o'clock. What time is it now? 2 o'clock? Not 2 o'clock. I got to get to my appointment. Don't forget your appointment. 2 o'clock. Set a reminder 20 minutes before or whatever, and then ignore the clock all day and experience time that way. So I always make fun of, not make fun of, but poke fun, I guess I would say, at the term for the time being, right? I always think of an actual entity when you say the time being, as if it's a thing. It's something you can experience, the time being. So I dedicate this drift to the time being. Thank you for allowing me to exist outside of linear time, choosing to exist in this moment. Another aspect of that is being present in this moment, right here, right now. Ultimately, that's all there is, right? Because your past is memory. Memories are very shoddy and very unreliable sources of information. Your memory is because we all perceive everything differently. The future is always in motion, right? The future can only be described as your imagination. And quantum physics again says whatever you can imagine can be made possible, can be realized. So, or not even realized, already exists. You just have to choose to focus your consciousness upon that, and it will be so. Anyway, tea's almost gone. Also, oh, my fire is just beautiful right now. Also, I wanted to say today is International Women's Day. So, to all the women out there, man, bushcrafters and otherwise, I celebrate you, man. This one's for you guys. You guys for the women and the time being. This drift's for you. Special thank you to all the women in my life that make it so much greater, man. My experience so much greater. Thank you. Okay, my tea's gone. I'm gonna sit for a little bit and let my fire just die down and burn out a little bit more before I put it out. That wind is strong. I hope it's not too horrible on the parts of this video that I didn't have the mic plugged in, but I want you to experience this kind of in the same way I am, is why I take those shots without the mic in, and it's pretty gusty out there. I'm gonna clean up. Had a lovely time in the woods, man. It was really nice talking to you. A lot of few exciting things coming, right? Don't focus on the future, but it's always coming. It's always entering this eternal moment. And there's some things on the horizon here that I'm going to be talking about and revealing as we go. Don't know how long it's going to take for these things to become realized, but right now they are thought, and absolutely everything began as a thought, didn't it? I think so. Anyway, time to clean up, take a few deep breaths, and then I'll put out my fire and get ready to go. Right on. I showed you earlier, my buddy the little squirrel. He appeared in the last video I was here at. So this time, brought my little offering bag that I made, of course, and I brought a mint tin that's full of black sunflower seeds. So I can see from his tracks he's been running up and down this tree. Must be one of his favorite places to go and be. So I offer you some black sunflower seeds as an omen of goodwill to you and the forest around us, Mr. Squirrel. I appreciate seeing you, and I hope you appeared in my video once again in the background. People really enjoyed seeing you. Right on. My gratitude. Oh my. Well, there we go. What an absolutely fabulous time I had in the woods today, man. So glad I came. I had my eyes set on going somewhere different today, and but sitting at home, I could see the winds were high. The weather network was saying that it was gusting over 60, right, kilometers per hour. So when it's windy like that, the only place for me to be is in the thick woods. Yes, I know trees can get blown over and stuff, but in this area, it's a fairly young forest, right? And there's not that many huge dead trees standing. And what was close to me, I was able to just push over. I just needed a nice spot to get out of the wind, have a fire, and have a nice lunch, man. And what a lunch it was. That corned beef hash was amazing. Definitely will do that again, but not for lunch. Not for a long time now. So anyway, the uh, the streak continues, man. I don't know about next weekend, but so far in 2025, I had one weekend where I had to upload on Monday, even though I drifted on Saturday. I had technical difficulties on the Sunday and couldn't upload. So I can see the streak coming to an end fairly soon, right? Maybe next weekend. It is March break for the kids, so we like to try to do something fun for them during March break. So I'm going to try. I might be able to get out next weekend on Saturday and upload Sunday. But if I don't, just keep an eye out, man. I'll be there. If not next week, then the week after. Like I say, I don't do this stuff with expectations. There's no you gottas in my universe. I do this because I love to do it, and I get out whenever I can. And I'm really glad you guys enjoy and are following along. Just as a little disclaimer, when you see me doing stuff, keep in mind, a lot of times it's the first time I've tried that or this, right? I'm not an expert on anything, man. I'm just a guy in the woods trying new things, out here having experiences, and bringing you along because I enjoy videoing what I do too. More for me than you, really. But anyway, happy International Women's Day. I appreciate all you women out there in my life and in everyone else's. And right, this one was for you guys and the time being. Here's to the time being. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. Oh, and remember, folks, as always, I can't say it enough. I'm going to say it every time. You will never find anything unless you get out and look. Go have a look, man. It's worth it. Bye for now.
go down in the woods today, you're sure of a big surprise.